Hey guys, welcome back to our third official podcast. Today we have a lot of information to talk about. PlayStation just did an info dump on Spider-Man Miles Morales and the PlayStation user interface. So let's get into it. I'd like to start with you, Sammy. What do you think about Spider-Man Miles Morales? We got a lot of details of, Peter Parker. We got a few scenes of Peter Parker. We also find out Rhino's going to have some involvement in the game, and we got three new skins for the game. What do you think? How are you feeling about the game so far? How excited are you?
Uh, I actually like the game. I'm gonna have fun playing the game, and the graphics looks really good. About the Peter Parker one, yeah, I'm actually excited to see Peter Parker and the story. I expected Peter to be in the game. Like I knew he was going to be somewhere in the game. So yeah, it's really good. I've seen the photos, and the three skins are legit, like really, really good. Like really.
Yeah, I agree. The three spins we got were amazing, and there were a few leaks back then that Peter Parker died, and obviously they were probably fake. So yeah, they just got like debunked, and yeah, game looks pretty good. I'm excited to sell for it. It's that the only thing is it does not support ray tracing RTX. It does not support that. It only supports 4K 30 FPS with an option of 60 FPS at 1440p. So yeah, that's pretty disappointing considering it's an next gen game. But this game was in development for quite a long time. It started development as soon as Spider-Man game finished, so I understand why they didn't have the PlayStation 5 dev kit to work on it. So it's more of a PlayStation 4 game than PlayStation 5 game. So let me ask you, Yusuf, how are you feeling about this game? How excited are you?
I'm really excited about this game. About it's in he you actually play as a new character. I mean, in Spider-Man, you already played as Miles Morales, but not as Spider-Man. And in this, Miles Morales will have new abilities, and he's actually, a new Spider-Man. He's not as he's not like exactly like Spider-Man. How you saw in the first game, he's not that developed as Spider-Man. So like you'll see how he develops, and I want to see
Exactly,
the story
exactly.
mainly. Yeah.
That that's a good point. See, Peter Parker has been Spider-Man for quite a long time. When you start off in the 2018 version of the game, so yeah, Peter Parker's way more experienced. I think I'd like to see Miles Morales grow as a character. He might not have all those abilities when he starts off, and he
Yeah.
slowly, as the game progresses, he experiences those abilities and gets more familiar with them. Now on to US, and how excited are you for this game?
I'm very excited for this game because for the past week, these people who made it, they dumped so much information on us. Apparently, there's a cat which is gonna help Miles in a specific suit which you get. He sits in the backpack. That's an amazing addition, like a funny addition they added. And I like how at the start of the game they don't like make him use the classic red and blue, red and black suit. He has another like hoodie suit, and then once the game progresses, you get the black and red suit.
Yeah, I did see that. The hoodie suit kind of looks like the suit from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse when he has those hoodies and the Air Jordans. The it kind of gave me those vibes. And yeah, the cat is a great addition as well. That's what I'm pretty excited about that one as well. Um, Now let's discuss the length of this game. How long do you think this game is going to be? Since it's only been in development for about 2 years, do you expect it to be really long? And Insomniac have said it's almost half the size of the original Spider-Man game. So how many missions and side missions do you all expect to see? Let's start with you, Sammy.
So I don't really know how, but in my expectation, I think this game will be about like 6 hours long. I or like maybe 8 hours long because I've heard that the Last of Us game was shorter than the Last of Us one. That's what I heard, anyways. But yeah, um, I think it's going to be shorter than Spider-Man PS4, but I believe it's going to be very good, no matter how's the length is short or long. I believe this game is going to be very good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think length should matter too much. It might have a little effect on the storytelling and the progression of the character, but yeah, I expect the game to be around 8 to 10 hours. The original game was about 18 to 23 hours. The Spider-Man PS4 game. And yeah, this game should be around 8 to 10 hours if it's half the size of that game. So that's a pretty decent length. Probably take you a day or two to complete it. Actually, Last of Us Part Two was 30 hours long, so that was quite a long game. Well, I think the
Oh,
original Last
okay.
of Us that was 35 hours, so that was a little longer. So yeah, I do get that it's a little shorter. What about you, Yusuf? How do you think the length is going to affect the storyline and all that?
I think it might be like 8 to 10 hours, as you said, but like it's not the actual Spider-Man game. It's like Uncharted Lost Legacy. So it's not the exact. It's not the the main Spider-Man game. So that's why they made it shorter. And many people say, and me, I think it's like will be 8 to 10 hours, and it. I don't think it will affect the story a lot because this is Miles Morales. They'll maybe in the game they mostly I think they'll show us of course how he started, and they'll keep going, and then he does Spider-Man will come as side missions and stuff. So he
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to talk about that. That's a good point you make there. It's like the Uncharted Lost Legacy Spider-Man games. I do agree. Miles Morales is not the center of the Spider-Man universe right now. It's Peter Parker. But I think after 3 or 4 games, Peter Parker is eventually going to die, and that's when Miles Morales is going to take the center stage. And yeah, he's going to develop more as a character. And yes, Insomniac has have confirmed that what's it called? This game is going to be a standalone game, so it won't be as long, but it's still a full-fledged AAA game. What about US and how long do you think the game is going to be, and how do you think it's going to affect the story? Do you think it's going to have a major impact or minor impact?
I feel like this game has a lot of more features than the Spider-Man PS4 game, but it is shorter, so people will enjoy it as they enjoyed Spider-Man PS4. I feel the game will be around 7 to 10 hours, and I feel it's like a full game, but like a standalone game, like Uncharted Lost Legacy. It's about the side characters, which are developing into the main characters. So in Spider-Man PS4, there were 10 side missions. In this, I feel like there might be 6 or 5 because officials say this game might be it is bigger than a DLC, but almost a bit yeah. So it's the same length as a DLC, a bit bigger though.
Yeah, it's more like an expansion, not a DLC. Like how there was the Warlords DLC for Division Two and the Dying Light DLC for what's it called, Destiny. There's got to be something similar to that. It's more of a game, well, sort of, but it's not as big as the Spider-Man game, but it's not as small as the DLC. I do get your point there, Essen. And
Yes,
yeah,
and it has lots of features, so I feel like people enjoy it as much as
exactly,
they enjoyed Spider-Man PS4 because
exactly.
he
Yep,
has so many abilities more than Peter Parker, like the Venom Strike, and it can implement
exactly.
more into the game.
Exactly. Venom Strike is a fantastic ability, which is unique to Miles Morales. Also, the camouflage ability, which allows him to blend in with the environment. So yeah, moving on to our next topic, which is more of the new Peter Parker face, which is going to be the Spider-Man remastered version, which you get with the Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales, which costs $70, which I think is a pretty fair deal considering you get a whole other game which is remastered from the PlayStation 4. So there was a new face, which sparked a lot of controversy and divided the fan base in two. So Yusuf, what do you think about the new face? Do you like it, or do you prefer John Boomniak's face?
To be honest, I actually didn't like it. I didn't like it, as much as the first, because in this he actually looks really young. He looks the age of like maybe 2 years elder than Miles Morales, or like the age of Miles Morales.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah, he looks really young.
Miles
He looks
Morales in this game. Sorry, go on.
yeah, he mainly he looks like Shawn Mendes and Tom Holland together.
Yeah, I've seen that comparison on Instagram quite a lot. So yeah, I do think Miles Morales in this game is 17 years old, and this makes Peter Parker look a lot more younger when he's supposed to be 24 years old, not 19. He looks like 19, a
Yeah.
lot like 19 to me.
But the
And
only thing I'm thinking is I don't know in Miles Morales if there'll be the face of Spider-Man will be the Spider-Man original one, the PS4 one, or like the remastered one. That's what I
yeah,
actually don't know.
yeah. I think the main reason they changed the face is for Spider-Man Miles Morales, because I don't think
Okay.
the other actor who did the original face was available
Yeah.
for Miles Morales. That's why they had to get a new actor.
They
That's
have to
just
get a
what
new
I'm
one.
thinking
Yeah.
right now. So I'm not so sure about that. But
But
yeah, I did prefer the old face. Many people like the new face. Some people didn't like it. So yeah, I prefer the old face. What about you, Essen? Did you like it or not?
Yes, I feel as you once on the PS5 and you start playing the Spider-Man PS4, I feel like you will get used to the face
as I feel like if the Spider-Man PS4 game was based on Spider-Man when he just got his new powers or 17, they should have used that. But it looks almost identical to Tom Holland. It looks like he's the same age as Miles Morales, but I feel like once we start playing the game, we'll get more used.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll go into liking it. Many people will. It's gonna we're gonna get used to it as we see him in the game and as we're playing as him. We're gonna get used to it. What about you, Sammy? Do you like the new face or not, or do you think they could have done a better job?
Look, I'm gonna say this once, okay? Face, the new face doesn't matter. You wanna know why? Because it's the same Spider-Man. It's just a different face, and it doesn't matter with face. It's a matter like he's gonna wear the mask, like almost like every mission. So like it doesn't really affect me a lot, but I would say I like the PlayStation 4 version more, like because this version looks like Tom Holland one, like a version like Tom Holland. Yeah,
Yeah,
so maybe that's the reason why he made him younger, like a little younger, you know. But
exactly.
I don't really care a lot because he's just where all I'm going to see is Spider-Man wearing a mask. So that's all.
Exactly. He's
But
got to be in the
Sammy,
mask for 90%.
but
Yep.
if
Sorry,
they
go on.
wanted to make him like Tom Holland, they should have actually, if they planned to make the game that time, they in the 2018, Spider-Man, they should have made it. If they wanted to make the face like Tom Holland, they should have made the game, how he became Spider-Man, like the
Yes,
starting story, like
definitely.
Miles
Exactly.
Morales.
Exactly. It
Yeah,
could be more
How
for
he
origin,
start.
origin
Yeah,
story,
origins of
origin
Spider-Man. Yeah,
story. Yes,
but
they should
if they
make one
did
in the
I
that,
agree
future
with you.
though.
so
It would
if
be
they
good.
did that, if he was young, I feel like there would be no point of adding the backpack side mission because he's still buying more
Exactly.
backpacks. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the main reason why I didn't like the face was because um, the game is different to the movies, and now that they have the space, it feels a lot similar to the movies. I actually prefer the game more than the movies. It tells us a more grounded Peter Parker story and what you'd actually expect from the comics. The movies are great and all, but I prefer the Spider-Man game, and I feel them trying to make it a little more too connected to the movies. So yeah, that's it for this. All right, so from Game Informer screenshots and video clips we got, we do know that Rhino will be making a return in this game. So, Essen, what do you think? Do you think it's a good addition to add Rhino back in the game since Miles Morales' mission was focused on Rhino in its original Spider-Man game?
I feel like they did add Rhino as a good addition, but I feel like as Spider-Man PS4, they added Kingpin as the first boss. I feel like Rhino will be like a small boss, and he'll become more implemented into the game. The more you play it, like in Spider-Man PS4, you had to call Fisk to like turn down his men and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do see your point there. Like how it's like an introduction villain, like intro villain. You face off against him to get familiarized with controls and all that. I do agree with you there.
Because
Yeah,
in
let's move on.
Spider-Man PS4, you actually had a while playing with Miles Morales, you had a mission to escape from Rhino. So that
Exactly,
would actually make
exactly,
more sense.
exactly. That's exactly why I think they added him. Rhino might want revenge against Miles Morales for tricking him like that. I don't know. Yeah, so that's why I think he's personally in the game. I think it's going to be more of a introductory villain and to test Miles Morales' skills as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
It might be through the second mission in the game, if I'm not right, because in this mission he does have his full-fledged
I
suit,
feel
but he's
like
not wearing the.
the Rhino mission is like to show the player how to use Miles's abilities like invisibility and the Venom strike,
Exactly.
and how to
Venom
like
Strike. Yeah.
use them like correctly.
I think it's the first mission you play with the proper suit you get, because he has the hoodie and Nike Air Jordans,
Yeah,
and then
I
yeah,
think the first mission won't be directly to Rhino. I feel like
exactly,
you'll be the game will start off as like Miles in like a train station, and then he starts off with
exactly.
that suit with Peter Parker just strolling through, and then Peter says,
Yep.
"Do you want a new suit?" And then he creates one like in Spider-Man PS4 where he created the white spider one. I feel like it'll become like that, and then
Right.
slow motion transmission, and he'll get the new
Exactly.
suit, and next day he'll fight
Exactly.
Rhino.
Exactly.
They also might make it like, into the Spider-Verse. In the end, he wears, his main suit for his main mission, like how Spider-Man's thing was, like Essen said. The last
Yeah,
mission to fight
or
with
I feel like they
Dr.
might
Octopus.
how he has the original suit, how he had the original suit like start of the game, not the red and black one. I feel like what'll happen, he'll keep that suit in his cupboard. End of the mission, his black and red suit gets destroyed because in the trailer we saw that it gets ripped apart. He has to wear the old original
Exactly.
suit he wore,
Oh,
like in
maybe.
the
Yeah,
Daredevil
that could be
series.
it. That
Yeah.
could be
That
it.
could.
Yeah, his suit gets stolen or ripped apart. Yeah, makes sense. Moving on. One, let's go. So now our topic is going to be the post-credit scene of the game. As we all know, the spoiler ahead. We all know the last game had a post-credit scene where it showed off Venom attached to Harry Osborn, and Norman Osborn was running the research program. So, Essen, I'm going to ask you first. What do you think the post-credit scene for this game is going to be?
I feel like the post credit for this scene might show how who Taskmaster was working for in Spider-Man PS4, or the main character in Miles Morales, Tinkerer. He secretly works for Norman Osborn, and he explains everything to Miles and how Harry is becoming spoiler Venom, how he's becoming Venom. And so at the post credit scene, Miles goes to Peter and tells Peter all of this, how Harry is turning into this Venom. Peter says, "Oh no." And then you can hear Peter says, "Oh no," like they're standing on top of a roof, and Peter says, "Oh no." And then you can hear like a scream in the background, and you can see something black jumping out, and you can see like a pumpkin jumping out too, as in Green Goblin. So that would be like an amazing addition, how Venom just pops out
That
at the
would
end of the
be
game.
that would be the best way possible to introduce Venom and Green Goblin. The next Spider-Man game could pick up right where Spider-Man Miles Morales left off and continue the first mission. You're in a fight scene against Venom and Green Goblin, and you'll lose, and then you prepare for the final boss fight in that game. I believe that's the perfect way to do it. Yusuf, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to be the post-credits?
So I think the post-credit scene for Miles Morales will be, as you know, in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man, you actually saw Harry Osborn in a cage. He was, you could
We
see
do see
Harry.
Harry Osborn in a test tube with Venom on
Yes,
him. Yeah.
yeah. So it might be that Harry Osborn breaks the cage and becomes, Venom. He destroys the
Mm-hmm.
cage and he kills everyone in the lab.
Oh, okay. So you mean as in he gets fully submerged with Venom, and then we see
Yeah,
Venom breaking out of the cage and kill
yeah.
everyone in the
You
lab,
can, yes.
and Venom
Or
escapes.
yeah, or you could see to make it a better post-credit scene, it could be like someone actually, wearing a suit and using this board to, escape, but it won't show it's actually Norman Osborn, which is Green Goblin. So it will be like a small teaser to Green Goblin. The main, he might be the main villain to
Oh,
Spider-Man 2.
okay. So Green Goblin breaks Venom out purposely and escapes, so no one suspects him.
Yeah.
That would be
Yes,
amazing.
that would be
I
good.
also feel like they might. This is a way to introduce Flash Thompson into the game, as in
Exactly.
Flash opens his locker, and then something black pops onto him as he becomes Agent Venom in like the comics and stuff. So that could
All right. Yeah,
like show how he becomes Agent Venom. That might be cool.
that could be really good as well.
Yeah,
Or we
that
could
would be
also
good.
see Harry Osborn go attack Daily Bugle, and some of the Venom goes on to Eddie Brock, and he becomes the Venom. I don't know. So what do you think, Sammy? What do you think is going to be the post-credit scene? How
Okay,
high are
so
your
this is
expectations?
my theory. I think like Miles is just going to swing around the city, and then he goes to Peter, and then like no, actually, sorry, Peter and Miles like swing together, and then when they're swinging, like there's like a big screen, and then
Mm-hmm.
somehow Spider-Man Far From Home, the leak they got their face got leaked. Like who's Spider-Man? This is just my theory,
Oh,
okay? And
so
then
you
Oh,
mean
as in like the
who's Miles
movie,
Morales?
like the
yeah,
movie.
like the movie, and then Harry, like I don't know, he just becomes Venom, and Harry gets out of the cage, and he doesn't know what's happening. All he knows like when is the last time like his father touched him or like in the glass,
Exactly.
and then he
Uh-huh.
looks in the news there's a monitor, and he looks at the
Yeah.
news, and then he knows that Miles and Peter are the Spider-Man and the other Spider-Man,
Oh,
and
so
then
you think
Harry is going to be like angry, and he's going somehow to kill him. Yeah, that's how I
all right,
think.
yeah.
The
Oh,
theory.
can I
That's
say
a
one
pretty
more
solid
theory
theory.
I have? Sorry,
Who do
after
you think is going to
yeah.
Yep, go on.
So I feel like one like at the post credits, Miles is like just swinging around.
with Peter, and then Miles get hit with something and he falls down, and then Peter says Miles, and then blacks out.
Oh,
And then
shoot, that's
that
that
might
movie.
be Green Goblin who actually throws
Yes,
something.
that could be cool. Like Green Goblins, like pumpkin could explode. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you my theory. My theory is pretty unpredictable. So what I think is gonna happen? Peter and Miles are swinging, and then it cuts off. We go to a new location, and then we see a crack in the dimension, and then suddenly Spider Gwen pops out of the crack, and we get a new
Oh,
Spider Verse game.
Oh,
The next
that's
game,
and
we
actually
get a
then
new
That
Spider Verse
would be
game.
awesome.
Spider-Man's the Miles's
Exactly.
Spider-Verse suit comes out, and then everyone turns
Exactly.
animated. Oh my god,
Exactly.
that'd be amazing.
Oh wow.
that is
No,
actually
but
really
I don't think they're
smart
going to
theory.
show all that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All they're going to show
Or
is
rather than
crack in the
even showing
dimension.
Spider Gwen, they could just show,
Exactly,
someone
a
coming
crack in the
out of
dimension.
the.
Exactly,
Yeah, a
someone
crack in
coming
the
out, and
dimension.
then you see their logo or whatnot. That would be a good way to set up a Spider Verse game, in my opinion.
And
So
then
moving
maybe
on.
Spider-Man 2 can be Spider-Man and something Spider-Verse. So the main full Spider-Man
Exactly,
game will be.
exactly.
Could
Yeah.
Spider Verse.
actually
Yeah.
that could actually happen in Spider-Man 3, that movie. That could actually happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
But not
Let's talk.
Miles.
Let's talk about the movie there. Actually, apparently Doctor Strange has been cast in Spider-Man 3, and yeah, there's been heavy rumors that Andrew Garfield has signed a contract to make a cameo in the movie, and yeah, and Jamie Foxx's Electro is going to be returning. So I feel like they're gonna.
I feel like like Spider-Man, he's old enough. I don't know why he keeps needing a mentor, but I feel like Andrew Garfield, if he comes, it'll be amazing. More Spider people,
Exactly.
and then the Emma Stone or whatever her name is, I think she could come back or something from that,
Gwen
and she could
Stacy.
Gwen
become
Stacy.
She'd be a good.
Spider Gwen, or
Yeah.
Miles
Oh,
Morales could be
that would be
introduced into
great.
this game, or
Yeah,
But
but
Miles
she
Morales could be introduced
she
into
was
this
a
I
game.
perfect
feel
Gwen
we're gonna
Stacy.
get Miles Morales. I feel we're gonna
Yes,
get Miles Morales, but I
I
doubt
feel
that because Peter Parker is still too young. Because Peter Parker is a mentor to Miles Morales,
Yeah,
and
but
Peter Parker
he's
is too
around
young to
like
be a mentor.
he's like 20 right
Exactly.
now, so
It
he could
might be
be
Phase.
No,
still
he's
young.
not. He's 17 actually. He's
Actually,
17.
Phase
Oh,
He's
okay.
5
30.
or
Then
6.
Miles Morales would have
17
to
is
be
Morales.
like 10 years old.
exactly. Yeah, probably somewhere around that.
I have
Estimate. Yep.
Yeah. So I have a theory for it. So for the Spider-Man 3, I don't think that they like because they revealed the face and everything. I feel like Peter Parker will go to court or something, and then because Doctor Strange is there, he could create a duplicate, or another Spider-Man could come and he could pose as Spider-Man swinging through the city, and Peter could be sitting in the courtroom. So that'd be like full proof that he's not Spider-Man.
oh yeah, that's
It
actually
could be full proof that because he's sitting in the courtroom and Spider-Man swinging outside, so they would think that
Exactly.
he's not Spider-Man, and that would
That
then
that would be an
yeah.
amazing way. Another theory I want to talk about this is the actor who played Kingpin in the Daredevil TV show, Vincent D'Onofrio. He recently set out a tweet saying, "Spider-Man 3, here I come." Okay, so that could be a way in the
Oh,
crack in the multiverse. That's how they introduced the Netflix characters: Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Kingpin, Punisher into the MCU. That's how we get Kingpin. That's how we get Daredevil, and Matt Murdock is
yeah.
Peter Parker's
So
lawyer.
Matt Murdock could
That would be
be
brilliant.
Peter Parker's lawyer, and that my theory comes in where another person comes swinging through the city. Yeah, that could
Exactly,
be cool.
exactly. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next topic of the podcast, we're going to be discussing about the PlayStation 5 user interface. So we just got tweeted today by PlayStation. Sammy, what were your thoughts on the UI? What was your favorite part?
my favorite part was the picture in picture. That looks really cool. Where like you can play games, you can watch videos, and play a game at the same time. It's really confusing, but still cool. And
Yes,
the
no,
Yeah,
UI
true.
is now cleaner and faster because of the SSD.
mm-hmm.
And it's really, and I really like the rounding at the corners, because
Rounded edges.
now
Yeah,
instead of squares, they're like round.
exactly. Yeah,
And the welcome back to PlayStation, like when you're gonna switch users, it looks cool. It really looks cool. And but what really I wanted, the add user, they should have added it in the back, because to be faster if you want to log in. But anyways, yeah, it looks cool, and I wish you can like change the background if that's possible.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
You know,
I think you
if
still
there's
have
an
themes
I
as
option.
think you'll
before.
be able to, change the background because I think in this
Yeah,
pack.
Exactly, yeah.
and I think there's going to be a lot of options for this UI, you know.
Exactly.
So, but
It's more,
anyways, so
yeah,
far the UI looks clean, looks good. Even though it's
exactly.
still on works, it
The point
looks
I wanted to
good.
make about the UI, I like the UI. It's pretty good. It has some really interesting features. Yeah, the home screen looks a lot similar to the Xbox home screen. Some of the
Yeah,
features are quite similar to Xbox, which I find really interesting. So, like for me, I'm gonna get both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. So it won't be as much of a confusion. It's pretty much going to the same UI. I won't
right
be
now
as
I'm
confused
going
as I would
to. Okay, I'm sorry. Right now I'm going to rate it out of 9 out of 10
9 out
because
of
they
10.
didn't
Yeah,
really
it's a really good
because
UI. It's a really good
yeah,
UI.
and but I could have made it 10, but they didn't really show us everything, but which I understand
Exactly.
because they're doing still work. So yeah, we have to wait.
Exactly. Another thing I'd like to talk about was the PlayStation Store. That's really cool because in PlayStation 4 Store, that was extremely slow. It would take literally minutes to load in, and now you just have to slide to it. It pops up less than a second, literally. It's not a whole new application. It's built in with the UI, so it's not an app. So you just press on it. Bottom, you scroll down, you have it. That's really really quick. I want to jump onto you, Essen. What do you think about the PlayStation UI?
Well, I don't know much about the eye, but I like the boot screen. The boot screen looks pretty cool, and my favorite feature is that the same as Sammy's, how if you're stuck in like like a level in a game like Resident Evil or something, a small video shows up where it shows like a walkthrough on how to do that level. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And I
that's
like
my favorite
how
part of the UI.
you can go to games which you haven't completed yet. For example, in Sackboy, there are lots of side missions. So, for example,
Hmm.
you're tired of Sackboy and you go and play Spider-Man Miles Morales. You go start to play Miles Morales, then you go to Sackboy. All the side missions you can play. It'll show how much percentage you played it, and you can start off where you left it.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's another interesting point. It's like putting your PlayStation 4 into rest mode. They did. Xbox does has a very similar feature called Quick Resume, in which you can play, I think, around 15 games at once, which is incredible. So yeah, PlayStation is also taking some pointers, which is amazing because it's a really good feature. And yeah, I really think PlayStation platform is going to benefit with it. On to you. So, what was your favorite part about the UI?
So like I actually like the full UI, the the new boot screen and stuff. It was really good. And like, PlayStation is mainly for, we have everybody who played like from PlayStation 1 to who's getting PlayStation 5. PlayStation has actually done, everything the new. So like PlayStation 1, there was actually no, I think, UI. If you just put the CD, the game automatically starts after showing the logo. Same as PlayStation 2.
Uh huh.
PlayStation 3, they had a new
Exactly.
proper UI. Everybody was excited because it was PlayStation 3 those days. And then suddenly, as PlayStation 4
Exactly.
came out, it had another new UI. It was, a whole, like
Mm-hmm.
it was not
Yeah.
like exactly like PS3. It was a fully different one. And now it's like the PlayStation when the
Exactly.
PlayStation 5 comes out, it's like a proper new, fully new UI. So that's what PlayStation
Exactly.
fans are actually really excited about. So if
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 6 comes out, they'll get a new UI. And I'm not hate about Xbox, but like their UIs are sometimes same, but just little changes. They only have some
That's
changes
actually
from
not true. That's actually not true. They have
really.
a whole new UI. They had a whole new UI from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, and now a whole new UI again for the Xbox Series X.
Oh, because I've actually never played Xbox before. I started
Yeah,
playing on PS3, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Me and Aman had the Xbox 360. That
Xbox
was amazing.
360
Oh,
Can I
console.
say
The
something? One more thing
Connect, the
about the UI.
Connect Sports was amazing.
Exactly. Go on.
Oh,
Go on.
okay.
Sammy.
Can,
After Sammy,
can
I'll
I?
start.
Okay,
yeah. Did you guys have the
I
PS3
didn't.
before? Did you guys
Sammy.
have the
Let
PS?
Yeah.
Sammy speak.
Mm.
Sammy, go on.
Yeah,
Sammy.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but one of the friends list was called Craig, and he was Craig in Halo.
What? Sorry, I'm
What?
confused.
Craig, and from Halo Infinite,
Craig.
like when they made a meme.
Yeah, yeah, Craig.
If you
Yeah.
didn't know, in the friends list on the PlayStation 5 was actually named Craig.
I don't think that makes much sense because Craig is a very
You
common
know.
white name,
Yeah, but
so that
like
doesn't make much
I've
sense.
seen a lot of memes about that, and I was like, okay.
And one more thing
It
I was
doesn't
really
make much
excited
sense.
about is, if I'm playing Resident Evil or like I'm playing Miles Morales and I'm stuck in a mission and I don't know where to go,
Mhm.
we can actually just
Exactly.
if you just press, I think if you press a button and you can actually just watch the video to help you. So like it's a mini walkthrough just for that part.
Okay.
And one more thing I'm really excited about is like the share screen,
Hmm.
and like you
Oh
can
yeah.
see your
Yeah.
friend.
Share
Yeah,
screen is, I think, really amazing. So, for example, I'm playing Sackboy, and you said you're playing Spider-Man Miles Morales. I obviously want to try Spider-Man Miles Morales out. I can just watch you play the game, so see if I'm interested in the game or not. Which makes really, really, really good sense. I mean, that's probably one of the best features in the PlayStation 5 UI so far.
But you know,
I
it's so
also like how
confusing.
you can I
Oh,
also
sorry,
like how
Aman,
you
go.
can like use a timer. How you can like use a
Uh-huh.
timer. I
Exactly.
think the
You can time
timer's
yourself.
more for sports games. So if you wanna like exercise in like a sports game for 2 minutes, you can exercise for.
Exactly.
You can keep a timer and tells you, okay, stop now.
More like
Like,
NBA games. NBA games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
can I say one
Sammy,
more
you're
thing?
saying?
Sorry.
Yeah. Go on.
So we all know the activity thing tracks everything about your game, right? Like it knows when you die,
Exactly. Yeah.
when you respawn.
Hmm.
But there's one thing I'm really confused about: Demon Souls. You will die a lot from this game.
Yes, Demon
Trust
Souls,
me.
you're gonna die a lot. Demon
And
Souls,
then,
so the Souls
th-
games in general
yeah,
are supposed to be
and
extremely
then
hard. Extremely hard.
and the activities so there's going to be a lot of death. Let's just say there was 23,000 death. Well, all of the activity, 23,000 death, I mean that's a lot, you know. Even
Exactly.
PlayStation kind of agrees, kind of, you know, I think. But anyways, how would that work, you know? So maybe they're just going to maybe something's gonna happen to the setting, or maybe it will automatically delete.
Yeah, that does make sense. So what thing would you like to see integrated into the PlayStation 5 UI next?
On the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
What next? Oh, like if there was a feature which I would like to see.
Yeah, exactly. What feature would you like to see next on the PlayStation 5?
In my mind, not a lot. Actually, themes. Like, please, I want PlayStation 4 themes because there's actually good PlayStation 4 themes.
Yes, yes.
I really
I
want,
really like themes are
I
yeah.
good.
really want to see how it looks like on the
Like a
PlayStation 5.
Spider-Man Miles Morales theme, that would be
Yeah,
so.
and like Ghost of Tsushima themes and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, Tsushima theme. Yeah.
I'm really
Mm.
interested.
Yeah. So yeah, the
I
UI
actually have
pretty.
one thing I really want, like, I really want, but like that's really unlikely.
Go on.
So just imagine if like PlayStation actually does, if you have PlayStation camera, if you have the PS5 camera, because the PlayStation 5
Uh-huh.
is getting their own camera, so like you can actually use that. So like you can
Exactly.
actually when you can actually see your friends play, and imagine like you win a game in
Yes,
Fortnite or
Yusuf. That's an
Warzone,
amazing
you
feature.
can
I would
actually
love to be
see
added.
the reaction, like you can
Yeah.
actually see your
Exactly.
friends
Yeah,
playing.
like
So
on
like
the
if you're playing
party.
like a murder mystery game, you can like watch each other and like if some
Exactly.
of you
That would be
That
brilliant.
should be
I think
really
that's
good.
That
Yeah.
perfect.
could
Like when
happen
you're playing
actually.
sorry,
or
I'm
like
sorry. Yeah, I was just saying, like, for example, if you're playing a squads game in Fortnite and you can see on the side like the faces of all your squad members, I think that would be brilliant. You can see the reaction when you win and all that stuff.
or like
Yeah,
if you're playing
Yeah.
like a dance game or something, you can like see who like if you're doing good or something or like you can like make fun of your friends when they're dancing and stuff like that.
exactly. Just dance games and stuff. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
agree
And
with
like
you
you
there.
can actually see if your friend is playing, we don't know
Yeah.
because some of us
Yeah.
don't dance. So
Good way to
Yeah.
spy on your friends, huh? All right. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers UI.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, moving on to the further topic, the PlayStation 4, the most recent PlayStation 4 update included the new party system. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I heard many people were really negative about it. I haven't really tried it much. I'm gonna try it as soon as this podcast finishes. Trust me. So yeah, I'm pretty. I think S and Sammy and Yusuf, the three of you have tried it. So give us your thoughts on this.
Okay,
Yeah, Yusuf, you can go on.
so I actually it was I didn't like it to be honest, but it's more complicated. It's like not like before. Now you have to actually press the party thing, then you have to choose a chat, and your party starts from the
Exactly.
chat. Yeah, and like
Exactly.
now as PlayStation did, they actually record your voice in party chat.
Yeah, that's a little creepy, man. I think that's a little creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
But it
bit
was
weird. So
mainly
now,
go on, SM.
d-
yeah, yeah, so it's weird now. So it's gonna be kind of awkward when, for example, PS4 players are gonna switch from PS ponies to Xbox. You'll be talking to your friends, "Oh, I'm gonna buy the Xbox." Sony will be like, "What the
Yeah,
hell did you just say?"
Sony will ban you for buying an Xbox. They hear you talking about
Yes,
Xbox.
or
definitely.
like or
They'll
like
ban you
maybe
for
you're
that.
tired of Xbox and you want to start your PS4 again. When you see your account is
Exactly.
banned.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
sorry, your account has been banned because you have
okay.
bought
Sorry,
Or
it.
Sony.
you're
I'm
talking
sorry for
about
saying that.
hacking. Are you talking about hacking in Fortnite or something? Account gets banned.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sony, for
Exactly.
talking about that.
It's
I'm
it
not going to talk about
it
that.
exactly. But this was mainly apparently to track terrorists because a lot of terrorists were communicating through PlayStation. Because if they weren't being recorded before, now it is being recorded,
Them
so terrorists can be tracked, which is I
practicing
think
on
in a way
COD Cold
positive.
War.
But actually, PlayStation. But I feel like they did this for the PS5. They just wanted to check because now PS5 is coming on in like 1 month exactly. So like they
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
check they wanted to check in PS4 like how the party system will work in PS5.
Could be.
And like they
It
did,
could be.
Terrorists
They
be
might
getting
change it.
squad
Maybe
wins.
depending on the backlash, they might change it. Yeah.
and about the trophy system,
Yeah.
Oman. They changed the trophy system
Oh
also.
yeah.
Yeah.
The trophy
Well,
system.
well, I'll get onto that later, Yusuf. Let me just ask Sammy about how he
Yeah.
feels about the party
Yes.
Oh,
system.
okay.
Okay.
Sammy, how do you
Okay.
feel about the party
Like
system?
Um, the PlayStation, when you actually first update PlayStation, your friends list will be in error, but luckily they fixed that, and that's not the other thing. What the other thing is actually annoying. You have to make a group chat
Uh-huh.
where like and I thought, oh, okay, so I can invite people. I have to actually invite someone. I have to invite someone
Okay.
to come
Yeah.
to the
To a
party,
chat. To a chat. Yeah.
because some
I have to
people
create chat
just
for
make
that.
a party for people like to go to game chat,
Yeah.
like but
Exactly.
you have to invite somebody. And the worst thing that you will have a lot of messages when you go to the message page. Like you'll find like,
Uh-huh.
oh my god, there's and you have to
Exactly.
delete it over and
Exactly.
over again.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you also get
but
many scam messages on PlayStation 4.
yeah,
In
and
my
the
experience,
recording
I
the
received a lot of
recording
scams.
the recording actually, I'm not surprised because I think the recording happened like in 2014 or something. Because but
oh
now
what?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Really?
I know it's not confirmed, but
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
my theory.
The
It's my
terrorists
theory
be
because
winning squad games in Fortnite.
because
Team
I
kills.
already I already think that PlayStation were doing that from before. So yeah, no big
Oh yeah,
surprise.
maybe
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What
Many big companies do that actually. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they were doing it from before, and now they've made it official. Many people didn't know
Man, I
about it,
think
and now
yeah.
they're
PlayStation
all
made
of a
their
sudden
thing like
surprised.
they kind of made it like Discord, how Discord works. So like from the
Yeah,
chat you
kind
can
of.
actually start a video
Exactly.
call or
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like
Yeah.
Discord. Exactly.
Discord.
Yeah, it's like Discord.
Wait, I have a question. Can you record chats in PlayStation, like you
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
not
yeah.
the PlayStation? Oh, you
Yeah.
can. Okay.
This
Basically
update,
like
by
recording
the way,
gameplay. So I think yeah,
by
you
the
can.
way, this update is actually only for like for PlayStation 5 users
Exactly.
mostly because
All right.
I've seen the logo of the PlayStation 4, and then
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you have the PlayStation 5, it will show the PlayStation 5 logo, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, like from the UI, what you saw,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it. So this, and even remote play has been changed. It's called PS Remote Play, not PlayStation 4 Remote Play anymore. And
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
So these updates are
Yeah,
only
it makes
for
sense.
mainly
I feel like PlayStation
PS5.
Remote Play will run more smoother. I hope it runs more
Yeah.
smoother
Yeah, there just
because
a recent update
that
actually.
time, yeah,
As if I'm doing meeting right now, I'm using PlayStation Remote Play to play FIFA right now. And yes,
yeah,
there's a new update. So as soon as you log in, you can choose a PS5 or PS4. So I clicked on the PS4 and it straight logs in into your PlayStation 4, which is really great.
But I actually don't
yeah.
know, like
If
the
you, I hope
PlayStation app
that
right
if
on your phone.
I
Exactly. Yeah.
clicked the
So like, will there
PlayStation
be a
5.
new app? Okay, Sammy. Yeah. So
No,
like,
sorry. So if you could go on.
so like, will they? I don't know if there'll be a new app or they'll do the same thing as remote play,
Oh
just the
no, there's
same
no
app.
new app. They confirmed that. There's
No,
no.
yeah,
It's
they're
gonna be
they're
the
gonna
same
make
app.
an update. It's gonna be a huge
They're updating
update.
this current app. Yeah.
And
Okay.
by the way, when PS Remote Play got updated, the first thing I did is click PlayStation 5, just to see if there's like a PS5 UI
Oh, I
thing,
didn't try
but
that
there's
yet.
oh,
I
nothing.
okay.
didn't try that yet. Did you try it?
Yeah, I tried it. All it said, like, you have to go to settings and enable. I didn't see any photos of the PlayStation 5 UI,
Oh,
sadly. But anyways, we
unfortunately.
got the PlayStation 5 UI, and yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's move on to the next part. So now we're going to head on and talk about the PlayStation trophy system. PlayStation recently updated the trophy system for the upcoming PS5, and the update is also available on the PlayStation 4. So, Issa, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's not bad, like, but I mean, it's
Exactly. Yeah.
okay. But unlike,
It's okay, but I
yeah,
didn't
it's not
think they
that bad.
needed to change it. I didn't think because the one they had was good. It didn't need
Yeah,
change. But yeah, I think I don't think it's permanent. I think they're just trying stuff out for the PlayStation 5 and seeing
Yeah,
how
I
the
feel
fans
like they're.
react.
I
yeah.
feel like
Yeah,
I don't really like how they changed it to, like, for example, I had around 8 trophies and now I'm at 135. So
exactly.
that's a big.
I actually
Yeah,
had 11 stars, and now I've like almost 200 stars. And
oh,
Exactly.
if
yeah,
you get three trophies now, if you get three, if you're like 0% of like 200 stars, and if you get three trophies, you're already 50%. So if you get total six trophies, you
yeah.
finish one full level.
Exactly.
I feel
Exactly.
like they.
It's
I
really
feel like
quick.
they did
It's really quick.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
But
like
then
they
the
did
main
this
reason they
change for
did
the
this,
trophies.
sorry, go on.
Yeah, I feel like they did this change because just for the heck of it, just to try out new things for the PS5.
Exactly.
But I hope
Yeah,
that they will remove in a new update.
Yeah.
I feel like they just tried it for the heck of it, just to see how everyone reacts to this change.
exactly.
Or like they just
Exactly.
want to try it on PS4 because they don't want to, mess up in
Yeah,
Exactly.
PS5.
they don't want to
PS5.
mess up
They don't
PS5,
want
so
the
they're trying.
PS5 to start off with a bad start.
I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like
Yeah.
in the more updates in the PS4, they're gonna try more new things out so they can implement that in the PS.
I
But
think there'll
yeah,
just
but
be two updates
I
left. Two,
actually
three
see
updates.
this new trophy update as a positive thing, mainly because some people, like someone I know personally, he was level 35, and then during quarantine he got 20 new platinums, and then from that he only went to level 37. So that didn't make much sense to him. So after earning 20 new platinums, he only went up 2 levels. So as you going further up, the levels is slowing down. So now it's not slow down; it's the same pace for everyone. So get about 4 trophies, you're on to the next level.
Yeah.
So I think
But
it's a way to make it more faster
I
and
feel like
engaging.
I have a like I feel like something good. I mean, they should make like, if you get platinums, you should like actually level up one or twice because platinum is a
Exactly.
big trophy. Like
One platinum should be a whole new level.
a whole new level because
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah, definitely.
previous one previous trophy system, I actually didn't. I mean, it was good because everybody was used to it, but like I didn't like, if you get a bronze trophy you just get a little, and if I got
Exactly.
two platinums this
Yeah,
year,
I
and
feel like
actually
Exactly.
trophy
it
should
didn't
be more
change, it
worth
didn't even
more.
change.
Exactly. Yeah,
I was
platinum
still
should be worth more. Gold trophies should be worth more. I think that's what's going to happen with this new trophy system. Apparently,
yeah.
one platinum is worth 5 new levels, which is great. I mean, that's amazing.
Oh, I should earn a platinum in Mars Morales now.
Exactly. So yeah,
Yeah.
Sami, what do you think about this new trophy system? Are you a fan of it?
I mean, the symbol logo looks cool though. Like, I gotta be honest with the platinum. I
Yeah.
like how it looks like, but it's actually kind of confusing for me the most.
Exactly. Yeah, it's this new change. Some people it might be. Well, I think I'm pretty sure we all get used to it.
It
In some
might
time.
it might even come to the PlayStation 5. We haven't seen it in the UI yet, but I have a feeling it might. Or maybe it's just a PlayStation 4 thing. We don't know.
Exactly.
But anyways,
Exactly.
it looks good, like the symbol, but it's confusing at the same time. That's
Exactly.
my
Yeah.
that's my
So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the PlayStation 5 trophy. So just to wrap up, we just have some few quick piece of information for you. As of last night, the GTA 6 map leaked, and by the looks of it, it looks a lot like Miami. And as if most of you might know, GTA Vice City. So I have a feeling GTA 6 is going to be set in GTA Vice City, which is going to be great, and I absolutely can't wait for this game. And yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone GTA is a fan favorite game. Everyone's going to be excited for it. SNN Music got.
Yeah, I have news. So for the Miles Morales, we completely forgot about Jay, the main, like the really good character, Jay Jonah Jameson.
Yes, we forgot
Everyone
about
loves
that.
that
Yeah.
guy. So
Yeah.
I like, as I said before, as we were talking about theories, how the Africa scene could show up. I feel like what could happen is that you're either listening to a voice on your phone, like how JJ and Jameson's podcast or something like that. You can
Uh-huh.
listen to it, or on this one of the screens in Times Square, his in the it comes up his like thing, and then it shows in the after credit scene something attacking him, like something black or something like that, and then there's laughing
Yeah.
in the background, or like a scream in the background.
Exactly. Yeah.
That could be pretty cool. And then Spider-Man 2, the PS4 Spider-Man 2 PS5, it continues where J. Jonah Jameson got attacked.
It'll
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
like
Picked
it'll
up
be
right
good
where
if
I left
Green
off.
Goblin attacks him.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the Green Goblin could send a message. I also hope in the Spider-Man Miles Morales game how it now you can watch J. Jonah Jameson's podcasts on the screen, not
Yeah.
listen
Yeah.
only. Like
Similar
in
to
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
PS4, you can
PS4.
listen.
You just hear him rant about how
Yeah,
awful Spider-Man is. Now you can hear him rant about two
yeah.
Spider-Mans. So unfortunately,
And you
guys,
can
that's all
also
the
watch
time we
him,
have for
I
you
hope.
today. This is where we're gonna have to conclude the podcast. We've covered all the topics. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Essen, Sami, Yusuf. Essen, where can we find you? Instagram, Twitter.
At Ace Husseini on Instagram, and
On Instagram,
capital ACEHUSSAINI on Twitter.
Twitter. Great. What about you, Yusuf? Where can we find you on Twitter and Instagram?
You can find me on Instagram on my two accounts, my personal account YJSYD and my art account where I do many sketches about superheroes and stuff, YJSYD sketch,
Also, go
and
and
my
follow The
Twitter
Last of
All right.
Us now
and
Yes,
follow the
Yusuf
last
on
has
of us
started the
too.
Instagram.
Last of Us fan page. As you all might know from the previous podcast, Yusuf is a massive Last of Us fan. Sami, where can we find you? Your Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram, Sami Nasib, and Twitter,
All right.
Alpha Boy, with the
And also go
All
three
right.
subscribe to my
Y's.
channel and
Great.
And you
YJ
can go
Walks
and look
News.
at
I
all of
do
our
walkthrough videos.
articles on
All
our
right, I'll
website,
have
the
links to
Pop
all of
Culture
those
Area.
in the description below. We have a website, we have an Instagram page, we have a Twitter page. All of those links will be in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter at Aman Abdul Mohi, which is my initials. So yeah, thank you all for being here, and that's it for today's podcast. See you next time.